Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we're talking about Love During Lockup, Season 5, Episode 25.
Listen, how y'all doing? I said, how y'all doing, Blair?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you were talking to them.
You are the audience. Well, I can't hear them, so
Okay.
so you have to represent them. I need y'all to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Blair, you ready to walk us through this?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Tennie walks away from the table with Rob's mom. The mom brought up the ex. She says, cut it. We done with the conversation.
Yeah.
Well, the mom gets her to sit back down, talking about how they really need to talk about this. They both have hurt. She was trying to express how she feels. Tennie says, you're coming in here with a loaded gun, but saying you're not trying to shoot me, like, that doesn't even sound right.
Yeah.
Tennie says, you can feel how you want to feel, but for the last 5 years, it's been me and my kids going up and down the road to visit him. She even started a petition for his freedom, and she has been telling him to stay in contact with his mother. So the petition was for excessive sentencing, and it didn't get very far.
Yeah.
But the mom apparently didn't even sign it, didn't even try to help with it.
Interesting.
Mom admits that she was wrong, and she says she's not perfect. Tennie is explaining that to us that her daughter's dad passed away when her daughter was 1, and her son's dad is not involved. And basically the mom is just like, look, I've had a hard life. Tennie's like, me too. Mom says she just believes that if you're in a position to help, then you should. Tennie understands, but the mom pretty much wraps up the conversation with saying that, he sends me some money every month, tell him that he can increase it from 100 to 175.
Interesting. What are your thoughts on that scene, Blair?
My thoughts on that was pretty much what you told me, which was, she's asking Tennie to sit back down because she needs some more money. Because I was just like, why is she sitting up here so hard-faced, stone-faced, mean? And she's over here talking to Tennie about what she got, what she driving, and all this type of stuff. And Tennie's just like, yeah, I don't need you. I don't need nothing from you. So we can dead this whole situation. So I'm just like, okay, I see what you were saying where mom eventually did ask for more money. And that was her whole reason of continuing that conversation.
Yeah. This gives me some type of insight on the son and the mother's relationship. I don't think they cool. And I think to the point where Tennie is questioning if the mother signed a petition. She's questioning, like, I set up these things with little to no help from you, mom. And this is your son. You get what I'm saying? She said, I'm the one that goes up that highway every weekend to go see him and things like that. It kind of make it seem like the mother and the son relationship is kind of like non-existent. And it probably would have been more non-existent if Tennie wasn't in the middle. Tennie says she's the one that tells Rob to reach out to the mom and basically keeping that relationship going. So I'm very interested in when he gets out, how that relationship is going to be. He's telling Tennie, Rob is telling Tennie to go talk to his mom when that's his mom. The same way as he can get on the phone and do these FaceTime workouts and things of that nature, look at the cameras and things of that nature, right? Why don't you talk to your mother and hear from the source? The mother have to ask Tennie to ask Rob to increase the allowance. And I'm like, there's something fishy about the mother and the son's relationship that Tennie is just getting shot on both sides. Yeah. In my opinion.
That's true. Well, we move on to Ayonna. Yeah. Her friend Lexi, and a little gem drop for y'all that watched Jocelyn's Cabaret. Lexi was from Jocelyn's Cabaret. I was like, I know she looked familiar, and I looked it up, and I'm just like, yeah, that is her.
Hey, Lexi.
So Lexi is coming to take Ayonna to see her family. She is hoping that she only has to be in jail for 2 weeks. She only has enough money for 2 weeks for Jamal. She plans on sending him $200 to last for those 2 weeks.
Yeah. I don't know where she got 2 weeks from.
Well, they said 2 weeks to 90 days. So she said, I'm speaking it into existence.
No. See, that's the problem with your life, right? You've been speaking a lot of things into existence, but your actions is otherwise.
Hello?
You get what I'm saying? So I think you need to focus on being quiet and putting some action behind some things. I have a problem with her, and granted, it's just for production, but I have a problem with someone who brags about how much money they make and how much, things, basically, I'm not going to school because this is quick money and I like the freedom of making money and things like that. Putting your friend under the, like, hey, come pick me up, drive me around. Yeah. I'm like, wait. You got your license suspended. You need to figure out a way to basically get yourself around since you got your license suspended. I think that's an undertone to her life, right? In her life, as we're going to see later on, in the episode to where she's basically being babied. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And her own mother's basically saying, you need to grow up.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's supposed to be there for Ayonna, but Ayonna can let everybody down. Her own kids, her family, things of that nature. But, I'm getting ahead of myself, y'all. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me get back on track. Go ahead, Blair.
So Ayonna has a visit to see Jamal.
Yeah.
And it's the same day as her court date since the judge moved the court date.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, after that, then she has to report to jail.
Yeah.
But she said, really, she wouldn't mind missing the court date. She might just go on a run.
She said she gonna skip. Dude, you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Speaking things into. She's manifested things with her words, but her actions is saying, I'm gonna run away from seeing the judge. So how do the judge supposed to know you're serious about, basically that you're sorry for the actions you did?
Yeah.
Like where is Ayonna? Mm-hmm. Talking to your lawyer. You gonna let your public defender basically say, well, I spoke to her. I thought she'd be here today. And then that 2 weeks can easily be where I think she need to be in there for 90 days.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, hey, I hope it's worth it.
Yeah. So Jamal calls while they're in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Lexi is saying that this is crazy.
Yeah.
And she's like, can I talk to Jamal?
Let me talk to him.
And she's like, look, y'all haven't been in a relationship on the outside. It seems like y'all moving too fast. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I just want to make sure that you're the right one for her. He says that he's not going to break Ayonna's heart. And he tells her just to get ready to be a bridesmaid. Basically, shut the hell up.
Pretty much.
Lexi tells us in the confessional that Ayonna is delusional. Mm-hmm. She said that he's probably going to fill the void when she's gone with talking to somebody else, and that's going to be the situation.
And then that's when she go to jail. Mm-hmm. That's when she really go to. She already fought her best friend.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? When it was her man first. Mm-hmm. It was the best friend's man first, and she fought her. So it is what it is.
So we got a new couple.
New couple, y'all.
Rick and Samantha. Samantha is in jail.
Mm-hmm.
So Samantha calls while he's out shopping with his nieces. Mm-hmm. Sam and Rick have been dating for 3 months. Apparently, they reconnected after 35 years.
Okay.
So they dated in high school, but he was kind of a ladies' man, wasn't really taking anybody seriously. But he ended up getting married. After he got divorced, he tried finding her, and he found her on a pen pal website.
Oh, my goodness. She in jail, y'all? I tried finding her. Okay.
And Sam, she is in a re-entry center to where she has to basically work and report to like her, what is it called? I don't know.
Parole officer? I don't know.
No, I don't know what a reentry center is. Okay. So basically, she's. I don't think she's necessarily in jail, but she's under some type of like.
She has
watch.
to report.
Yes. Yeah. So she was charged with a felony DUI. Mm-hmm. She got 3 years, and she says alcohol has always been a struggle for her.
Okay.
And on the phone, she asked him for some money.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, I got you. Whatever. So they get off the phone. The niece is asked, well, how much money have you been sending her? Mm-hmm. And he's just like, just $125. One of his nieces is a corrections officer. Mm-hmm. And she's just trying to put him up on game of basically like, I see, the conversations people have, the messages people send. I read this stuff. I look at this stuff all the time. And they are talking to multiple people, getting money from multiple folks. And she said she would just hate for her uncle to get played.
Well, that's a little too late for that.
Mm-hmm. Well, for him, apparently 2.5 years ago, he was drinking a lot. He decided to get some help, and he has stopped drinking since.
Yeah.
The nieces thought that they might lose him at one point when he was going through withdrawals. He says that he is supporting Samantha because he's going to marry her, and he already proposed.
See, I find it very interesting that this woman said out her mouth that she always struggled with alcohol, and he's going to anchor himself to someone while he's battling with his own sobriety.
Yeah.
I always find it in some type of situation that as we about to see in the next scene, the one that needs help always want to play savior. It's crazy to me, right? To not be able to look yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what? I can't be nobody's savior. I need help myself. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But let's keep going.
Joey isn't happy about how the relapse news was revealed at dinner by his sister.
I mean,
he really didn't want to see the disappointment on his family's face.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a FaceTime with Michael. Joey tells him how the family found out about the relapse.
Yeah. But
they didn't blame it on Michael. Joey worries if Michael gets back on drugs, would he be strong enough to not get back on drugs with him? And they hang up because there's some fighting and stuff in the background. Pepper spray gets sprayed. What do you think about that initially when Joey is talking about his concerns of, if Michael does this, am I going to be able to stay clean?
I would point y'all to last episode. We going on a little rant on Joey about how he's a boy and he needs to grow up. But that already lets me know that you still being dishonest to your family because you already have those doubts in your head, right? Which means that those are real doubts because you actually manifested those thoughts before when you relapse.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're planning to fail now because it already showed me that you're not strong enough in your sobriety, and that doesn't mean that you can't get strong. It just means like whenever you start over, you got to start over from step one.
Yeah.
So you're not, I don't want to say sober enough, but you're not, your willpower isn't strong enough to withstand loving this person who you feel like you have to rescue. And then if they was to do drugs, are you willing to withstand not doing drugs with them?
Yeah.
So it just showing me all the cracks in the foundation in their relationship to begin with.
And I think hearing Joey actually say and verbalize that makes me know that Joey knows he shouldn't be with this guy.
Whole time.
Like, just by you saying that and you being concerned about your own sobriety and being around this person, like, I think Joey understands the weight of his decision to be with him, but he's not making any actions to change that.
And in a way, he's still disrespecting his family by that.
Yeah.
Because he's not putting his best foot forward. That was a good point, Blair.
So Michael calls him back, asks him what he's wearing. Joey doesn't answer because he's like, I ain't worried about that.
This man is horny all the time.
Joey asks him, when is your release date? Michael says he's got to go before like some pre-board dates before he knows anything and doesn't really reveal anything to Joey. Joey says Michael originally said at least a year, but afterwards the length kept changing when he would talk to Michael. Maybe he feels that Michael may not be telling him because he's afraid he might leave him depending on how long the sentencing is.
Yeah.
Michael is saying that Joey's asking too many questions.
Asking too many questions, man.
But Michael tells us when Joey's away that he could be in jail for another 6 years.
Listen here, Michael was like, is he around? Is he around? Okay, I gotta tell y'all this quickly. 6 years. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, oh my goodness, what do you think is gonna happen with Joey when he finds out that Michael's not getting out tomorrow? You know?
I think Joey's gonna have a breakdown.
And do drugs?
I don't think I'm hoping he doesn't do drugs. I don't think he's gonna do drugs, but I think he's going to. This will be his reality check.
You think so?
I think it will. I think this will be his. I'm not going to say rock bottom because he's been to other lows.
Yeah.
But I think this is really going to check him into being like, I can't wait 6 years for this man. Like, I need to start living my life.
Why not? You wasted 10 years living with your parents when you was only going to be there for a month.
Yeah.
So what's 6 years? That's less than 10. I don't think this is going to be his rock bottom. I think Joey talk a tough game, but he's really not that tough. Because first of all, you wouldn't be with this guy knowing the demons that you're battling within yourself, right? I think Michael is going to keep him on this line for as long as possible because I don't think Michael really loves him.
No.
Right? I don't think Mike is. I think you said it perfectly. I don't know if it was the first episode, but you called Michael an opportunist, right? And Joey's going to end up having to pick up the pieces of his life, start all over again, where he been in his parents' house for 10 years, and he should have been having a whole life plan all together by now. He's thinking about like, I'm waiting to move out, so me and Michael could get a place and things like that. Well, your life is on pause. You basically might as well be in prison with Michael.
Yeah, you serving time with him, honestly. Just letting years go by.
Come on now. Let's keep going.
So, Shonta and True.
Hello, Shonta.
So, their goal is to run a restaurant together.
Interesting.
True has been taking some culinary lessons while he's in prison, so he kind of shows us some dishes he's making.
Okay.
So he makes a little omelet, imitation crab omelet.
Don't make fun of his crab omelet, okay?
He got what he could get.
He told us to get our seasoning game up. I said, bruh, I just saw you use imitation crab. Don't tell me to get anything up, okay?
So Shonta visits this restaurant called Fanny's Restaurant. And she's actually meeting with the owner to talk about the business, how she's running it on her own, and just to get some more insight into what it's like to own your own business.
And just to give y'all my little 2 cents, I love to eat at places like that.
Yeah,
it's a hole in the wall.
You do, you love
right?
it.
And something telling me that owner know how to cook. I saw what she had on the stove. I'm like, oh, this kitchen don't look too fancy. It looked like you are in this business because you love cooking.
Yes.
I would like to eat there. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, I can see you in it for the food.
Exactly.
Because the ground ain't looking good. No. The walls is peeling. Not to say her spot looked bad at all. No. It didn't look bad. But I'm just saying. It's just like you're putting the money where it needs to go.
In the food.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who cares? You have tables with no chairs. It's okay. I stand. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. All right?
Right. So Shonta was saying that she is going to need to take out a loan for $100K.
Come on, girl.
She had some money at one point that she was saving up, but it got stolen, so she's going to have to start from square one. True asked Fanny how long it took to start seeing profit.
Oh yeah, because True called.
Yeah, and they and he's talking to the owner as well. They're both talking while he's on the phone.
Your thoughts on that being the first question that True asks?
That he's running this thing. Dang, I don't want to say what I want to say because I don't know what he got arrested for. But I'm just saying he's running this thing like a hustler. That's what I'm thinking.
He ain't really in it for like the elbow grease, for like the love of it. He's just in it for
the money. Yeah, so I think he's looking at it as a hustle or a business opportunity, if you want to look at it that way. But he's not in it to be in it with his wife, to create a legacy for their family, to pour into her, to make sure that she can live out her dreams.
That's what I wanted.
You know what I'm saying?
I wanted some depth in your answer. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Blair.
Like, I'm just like, yeah. But the thing is, I don't fault him for asking that, because a lot of these restaurants, bars, these things fail within the first year. So I don't fault him for saying that, but I do understand what you're coming from asking me with that, because I'm just like, your priority is a little, it's a little.
First of all, you can't treat this restaurant business or any business like a get-rich scheme. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly, perfectly said.
So the fact that that's his first question, the fact that I saw him cook me an omelet with imitation crab meat, you know what I'm saying? Things that he said that basically like, she gonna be doing the cooking, I'm gonna handle the business, and I'm just like, both of y'all are basically novices at this, right?
Right.
And the only one, to me, that expressed how much they love cooking and trying to own a restaurant is Shonta.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just found it that his question was inappropriate for it being the first question for where he's at. You get what I'm saying? I feel like Shonta wouldn't have asked that question off top.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Eventually, I'm not saying the question shouldn't be asked, but I just find it very suspicious. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, Fanny said it took about 2 years, and she tells him, look, profit is not going to come right away. Like, you really need to do it for the passion.
Yeah.
He says that he's going to do, like you said, more managing while Shonta cooks.
Okay.
And once he gets off the phone, Fanny tells her, look, I really don't recommend you have any partners.
Don't have no partners.
And she's like, people come in, their intentions change when money gets involved. So you would probably be best doing it on your own. Or if you're not, make sure you have it clearly written and legally binding that you are 50% owner, so that when they decide to up and leave, you aren't left with nothing.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's some good advice right there.
Yeah. And we saw a little bit backstory with Shonta about how she was a restaurant manager at, I guess she had a job or something like that, to where she was running someone else's restaurant, but she said she want her own blueprint for her restaurant. Shonta, sometimes you gotta look as I don't want to be too spiritual, right? But I'll say this, right? Sometimes life will save you from yourself. If that money never got stolen, and you was basically available or able to get that restaurant or start this idea on your own, you probably would have did it. But now you ain't got no money, you starting over from zero. I think you should think of something else and go into business with this guy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Or if anything, I think that she should wait, you know?
She has 2 mortgages, Blair.
And that's what I'm saying. She need to wait till she clear out her situation. She's got a lot going on right now.
She's not a young cat. And I'm not saying that she's like, you know, old. I'm not saying old people can't dream.
Okay.
Right? But I'm just saying, how do I supposed to believe that we are all entrepreneurs right now? You're an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. Everybody's watching. Y'all are entrepreneurs. What is your business? Your life.
Okay.
Right? And how she managed her life to get herself in this situation to where she is engaged to a man she never met.
True.
how do I supposed to believe that you're a good entrepreneur? You get what I'm saying? You haven't took the steps outside of owning a restaurant in your life to put yourself in a situation that can benefit you, that you can see profit.
But that's why I'm saying that I don't think she should give up on her dream, because I saw her throwing down. The food looked good. I think it need to be out there for the world to have.
I never tasted. Listen,
okay.
I'm not giving you that bait.
Okay, but let me finish. So, but I think that, like you said, I think she needs to clean up her life a little bit. A lot. So that way she can be in a situation to where she can really put all of her focus into her business.
100%.
So I think that
you said it better.
I think that she has her mind, like, what do they call it? Splintered in probably a bunch of different directions and on a bunch of different things. So I think if she cleans her life up a little bit, maybe get her little savings back together or whatever, like, she'd be in a much better position. And don't let this man distract you, because I feel like he's a distraction, honestly.
Yeah. And listen here. I have no interest in tasting your food, Shonta, but your advisor, I might be in your city. You
okay.
Know what I'm saying? I'm looking for you, but let's keep going.
So we get to Ayonna's mom's house.
Okay.
So apparently her son lives with her mom. So she had her son at 17.
Yeah.
And she had a bad bout of postpartum depression.
Yeah.
And she wasn't in a place to where she was stable enough to watch for her son. So her mom did it for her. And as time went on, it was just more comfortable for the son to continue to live with her mom.
Your thoughts on that alone? That right there already put an image of Ayonna in my head right there.
Yeah. I thought, ooh, and maybe this might sound bad.
Say it.
But I'm just like, your mom is over here watching your kid and trying to make sure that he's good, so that way you can get yourself together, and then you go on to have another baby. And your life still ain't in no better position. So just the thought of that, I'm just like, you really didn't take that opportunity of your mom helping you out very well, like, at all.
Why didn't you get your son? That's my question.
But my thing is because her situation never changed.
You can have postpartum, right? Okay, you had a baby, teenage pregnancy, teenage baby, postpartum. I'm not a woman. I cannot relate, but I empathize and sympathize, right? It could be bad based on what I was taught, right? Cool. Get yourself out of it. I see you got yourself out of it, right? Why haven't you got your son? I ain't know this whole thing of, you know, we saw that he just comfortable over there, so I left him over there at my mother's house. No. That's not your mother's child. Yeah. That's not your mother's child. That's not your mother's responsibility. And you trying to, like, you know, I come by, see him all the time. You know, he's very close. He loves me to death. No. Why don't he live with you? You get what I'm saying? Because you want to live the fast life. You want to have responsibilities, but don't want to attend to it. You get what I'm saying? You want to give it to mom. Yeah. Because that's mom. Mom should have my responsibilities because I'm a child. I don't know why you still view yourself as that. But it's very strange that, the son lives with the mom and the son is not young. Yeah. Like he's not 3. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? At no point from the time he was born to the age he is now, you did not do anything to set yourself in a better position. Yeah. Crazy. But what we about to see is even crazier.
So she says hey to her son, says hi to her mom. Well, Jamal's on the phone. So she go up to the bathroom to talk to Jamal so they can have some private time. I'm going in your bathroom. So she's like, you know, we're not really supposed to show nudity because these are recorded, but I don't really care.
I don't care.
So she goes to pulling down her pants and clapping her booty cheeks.
Clapping her booty in her mama's bathroom.
I was like, I wonder if the mom heard it reverberating off the walls. Like, is she up there clapping her booty in my bathroom?
Listen here, man. Listen. I would love to be a correctional officer in that prison. Because I know whenever Ayonna calls, it's about to be a show. Okay. Right? She over there pulling her shirt up and stuff, put her tongue down like, I'm addicted to sex. You know what I'm saying? And then she's over there clapping her. She literally propped the phone up, y'all.
On the toilet.
Against the windowsill or whatever it was. And she just started clapping her booty while her son is downstairs. Doing whatever he's doing. Because in that moment, when she went to go visit her son, Jamal's on the phone. So nothing matters when Jamal on the phone. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Not even the daughter there. I saw the son trying to pick up the daughter, trying to bring her inside. Nothing matters when Jamal's on the phone. Crazy. What was your thoughts when you saw a round of applause in the mother's bathroom?
I couldn't believe it. I thought that, first of all, I was just like, did she not just talk to him on the phone? I I was like, she got to talk to him again when she get to her mom's house. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I guess maybe to let him know she got there safely. I don't know. But I was just like, I would think that she would be hanging out with her kids. And I saw she hung out with them a little bit. They was dancing in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. And then she had to have a heart-to-heart with her mom. But I'm just like, yeah, I honestly, like... I mean, and I'm thinking just to the point of, I don't have no kids, and I definitely ain't got no kids living with my parents. Mm-hmm. But if, you know, my husband's staying at the house and I go to visit my parents, I'll text him and let him, I'm there, but, like, I'm not on the phone.
Oh, no, I need you to FaceTime me.
Like, I'm not on the phone while I'm sitting there trying to be in the presence of the people that I'm with. You know what I'm saying? Listen, so I was just kind of like, all of this is just like, I was just jaw on the ground.
God willing, if the Lord bless us with kids, and let's say you go to mama's house or you go to daddy's house or wherever you at, mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you to prop that phone up and let me see it. You know what I mean? Let me see it clap. You know what I mean?
Gosh.
It was craziness, man. But hey, listen here. Thank you, whoever recommended this show. You sold me on this show now.
Yeah, we're having a time.
That scene alone sold me on this clapping booty in your mama's bathroom. Let's keep it going, Blair.
So he says that he's not going to talk to any other females while she's gone. Mm-hmm. But he says it's going to be rough. He says that she is her peace of mind, mm-hmm. and they just got to figure out how to keep each other sane while they're both in the same position.
Okay.
Well, back to Tennie.
Yeah.
She's still mad about the conversation with Rob's mom. Mm-hmm. He hasn't called to check on her to see how it went, so she decides to delete him off all the cameras.
Oh my God, she turned the cameras off.
So when Rob finally calls, he's like, are you not going to call the internet people to figure out what's going on with the internet? And she's like, ain't nothing wrong with the internet.
Dude, like, you know what's funny about that? He probably waited like, oh, the internet's probably down. I'll probably wait a day.
Yeah.
And he probably checked the next day. He probably was like, oh no, I got to call her to tell her. And it lets me know there is something too. Mm-hmm. I don't know what Rob is doing, but he didn't call. He could call in for everything else to check on what she's wearing, to approve it if she's walking out. But to not call and see how that conversation went when you made me have it, right? It is kind of wild.
And I know you saw when she got in the house.
Yeah, exactly. Come on now.
So she tells him that she kicked him off the cameras because she wanted a night to herself. Mm-hmm. She says the mom would rather you be with your ex. Mm-hmm. And Rob says that he was in a 7-year relationship, but he was communicating with Tennie during that relationship, and pretty much Tennie stole the show. So she stole him from his ex, whatever. So he apologizes on his mom's behalf if that really is what happened. And Tennie's like, if that's what really happened, what do you mean by that?
Interesting.
So Tennie's like, and also, I didn't know you gave her an allowance every week. Like, what else are you not telling me? He says they'll talk about everything when he gets home.
Yeah, I ain't gonna talk about it now. That's crazy.
Well, Rob tells us that he has a portrait of his ex on his shoulder.
I'm thinking just a name.
No, it's a whole face on his shoulder that he hasn't told her. He tells her that he spoke to someone, social worker or somebody like that, and that he's going to be getting home. He could have gotten home earlier with parole, but he's going to decide to stay in jail longer so that way he doesn't have to check in with anybody. They can travel, do whatever they want, be free. So he says he's going to be in jail for another 2 months, and she is very disappointed.
Which is the smarter play, I would say. If you could guarantee your release in 2 months with no parole, because parole, for one, you got to check in. There's rules and parameters where you can't travel, or at least without permission. There's a parole fee you have to pay of being on parole and things like that. It costs. You know, with him getting tested, drug tested, maybe he just wanted to be, in his mind, when I'm out of here, I want to be free.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? But like you said, he's not communicating that.
Yeah.
But he want to communicate, wear that, don't wear that. It just shows like, Rob, you don't really care about peace between your mom or even with your wife or even just the function of your family. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, moving on. True is going to get out in less than a month.
Yeah.
And Shonta is going to meet up with her stepbrother, Fred.
Yeah.
So Fred and True were in prison together for 6 months.
Yeah.
Fred is who she met True through.
So Fred set them together.
Yes.
Crazy.
So apparently Fred stole $5,000 from her.
Allegedly. Fred said he ain't do it.
And she want to get her money back. So he says that he wasn't in the house. He was never anywhere near the safe. He knew about the safe because she talked about it. But he was like, what does that look like, me taking an opportunity from you when you talking about you want to open up your own restaurant? Like, why would I do that?
I wouldn't do that to you.
He tells her he didn't take any money. Shonta is saying that the only people in the house was her kids and Fred.
Yeah.
True asks, because he ends up calling during a conversation with Fred, and he asked him, are you going to get the money back?
Listen, he got straight to it. He said, hey, Fred, when are you going to get that money back you stole from Shonta?
Exactly.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Fred says that when he gets home, he's going to have something in store from him. It may not be much. And when he said that, I was like, is he threatening him or not? I really couldn't figure out what he was trying to say. But I think he was trying to say he had a little bit of money for him. But I think Fred was just BSing, honestly.
Yeah, Fred looked like a BSer.
Yeah, True said, just do the right thing, Fred. Fred says, when True hangs up the phone, he says, I know True, and you don't know what you're getting yourself into. And then Shonta is thinking like, well, why would you hook us up if you think that there's something I don't know about?
Facts.
Fred says, I just thought you wanted to have a life and wanted to build a life with somebody. And he said he's honestly surprised that True made it this far.
So you set me up with this guy. You basically said you don't know this guy. And I'm like, I know I didn't know this guy. But you vouch for this guy, right? He said, "Well, I just didn't want you to be by yourself." What? And then you allegedly stole money from me too?
Yeah.
So I'm by myself and broke? Crazy.
I can't believe she even still talking to Fred. I guess she got to get her money back, but it ain't gonna happen. So Ayonna lays down on the couch to talk to her mom. I had to lay down because we had a conversation while we were watching the show.
We did.
About how comfortable can you be in my house while you're making my life uncomfortable.
Pretty much.
And that's pretty much what the mom was saying. Like, get your feet off my couch. Sit up. Like, is it wrong to lay on the couch? No, but you're making me uncomfortable. I'm over here watching your kids and stuff. Like, you sit up, okay? Put some shoes on.
Exactly. I don't want your toes out personally. You know what I mean?
So she asked her mom to watch her daughter while she goes to jail. And mom says, look, this is your second DUI. At some point, you have to get your life together. And mom is telling her, look, I had 2 kids out of high school. I did what I was supposed to do. I made it work. And she is now going to have to take days off of work and not get paid to be able to watch her kids.
To watch her daughter's kids. You get what I'm saying?
And Ayonna is kind of raising her voice at her mom a little bit, talking about it's out of my control. And the mom is like, you need to stop doing dumb stuff.
Pretty much.
Yeah. She says that she's not always going to be there to pick up the pieces. And Ayonna's like, you have to. You're my mom. And she said, and when her man comes home, that's what her man is going to be there for.
There's something to someone telling me I have to do something. If there's one way you want to make sure I don't do something, is to tell me I have to do it, right? If y'all watch last episode where I told Blair to kick Joey out the house, because Blair was like, I wouldn't kick my relapsed son out the house. And then I told her, I gave her the analogy of basically like, well, he chooses his drug addict prisoner boyfriend over you and disrespect the family. What would you do, Blair? I'm going to use you as the analogy, as the person I'm talking to. If Ayonna was your daughter?
I would just try to make her life very uncomfortable in every single way.
You know how uncomfortable I will make her life, Blair, personally?
How?
Those kids go be up for adoption.
Oh, Chris, no.
Social services, yeah.
No, I'm going to take care of my grandkids.
No. I got to draw the line. She came into your house and she put her feet on your couch after she was clapping her booty in your bathroom. She don't value your house or even the sanctuary that you built.
Oh, man.
1-800 social worker. Yeah, the mother is going to prison. There's no one here to watch these kids.
Oh, gosh.
Listen, Ayonna needs she don't care about them kids.
It doesn't seem like she do.
So I'm like, she needs her life shaken in a way. Jail is not even doing it for her because she's like, I'm only going to be there for 14 days. And 90 days, I won't talk to Jamal. No, I need you to feel what it's like when you're not there to take care of your kids. Because you're there. You see, it's little things like that makes me be vindictive. Like, you're my mom. You're supposed to. What? I'm supposed to? I'm going to show you what's supposed to look like. You're supposed to watch after your kids. Because if not, the government come and take your kids and give it to someone who's responsible to watch your kids and things like that. So pretty much, if it wasn't for me, your kids would be in the system.
Yeah.
So guess what?
That's too far. That's too far.
That's not, okay.
No, that's too far for me. Because my grandkids are going to be safe with me. I ain't going to let them in the hands of no strangers.
Well, guess what? They ain't going to put you in a position, Blair, where you can't take care of your grandkids because you got to watch them and can't work. You heard what the mama said. The mama said, now I got to take off and I don't get paid. So now that puts my provision, my sanctuary and things like that, the same bathroom that you was clapping your booty in, I now, guess what? I don't have mortgage this month because I didn't work for 14 to 90 days.
Or you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to harass these kids' fathers. Where y'all at? Okay? I'm going to be calling. I'm going to be like, we got to put a petition for some child support. Like, I need y'all here. Like, y'all need to take some of this responsibility.
I don't even know who these kids are.
Okay, okay.
That's like calling on the wind, for all we know, right? If that's too far, then what are you gonna do? Are you gonna Are you gonna keep making her life comfortable, Blair? Are you gonna keep taking care of her kids? Are you gonna keep basically bending and basically shaping and being flexible?
I can't, but I mean that does bother me. Like you have a child.
Children.
You have a child.
Ayonna.
Yeah, that I'm taking care of, and then you go to have another baby, and then you bring the other baby here for me to watch. So how many babies you gonna have that I gotta watch?
She's addicted to sex.
So I'm just like, so is it gonna go from 2 to 3 to 5? Like it's a lot. That's a lot.
Listen,
I don't know what I would do about her. And I know her mom don't know what she's gonna do about her because she is just unreal.
Listen here, I understand, Chris. You went too far. You can't call social services on your grandkids. Okay, I take it back. Can I call it on one kid?
Okay.
The boy gotta go. I'm sorry. Okay. Anything else, Blair?
That's all I got.
Listen here. I don't know what to do about Ayonna, but Ayonna is definitely something's gonna happen because she's gonna continue. She even says in the episode, she says, if I find out that Jamal's talking to somebody else, I'm gonna be in jail longer. She's like she is doing. She just went to anger management.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
She don't care.
So my thing is, at what point do other powers step in? And I'm not gonna say take the kids, but find a better situation for the kids. It's not the mother. It's not the grandmother's responsibility.
It's not
to basically shield Ayonna. You know, so because that's basically what the mother's doing for Ayonna. She's shielding her from letting these people know, like, oh yeah, she's going to jail. But guess what? The kids got a place to stay. The kids got clean food, got clean clothes, got food and everything. They're good. So I was like, at a certain point, I have to step aside
and just let her feel her repercussions
and let you feel what you did to your kids. You don't feel what you did to your kids because I'm there to take all the hits.
Yeah,
but you did this.
Ooh, that's a hard position to be in.
It's not hard for me.
Okay.
It's not hard for me. Anything else, Blair?
That's all I got.
I need y'all to subscribe. I need y'all to share the show. I think we are one of the few people reviewing this show. Shout out to everybody reviewing this show. Shout out to y'all. I hear y'all doing a good job. But watch us. You get what I'm saying? Anything else?
That's it.
Y'all be good.
Bye.